Lines, do you guys think that Brad Holmes should pay Ben Johnson to stay in Detroit? Well, if at some point, if he gets offered a head coaching job, he's just going to take it. That's just the way it is. I want him to stay in Detroit really, really bad, but I think for Dan Campbell to be smart, I think you need to develop a guy underneath Ben Johnson just in case at some point he becomes a head coach. Then you have the same system, same scheme, same brain, same thought. Develop young guy to take over at some point. I think that's the best case scenario. Build your tree so you're not in a world of hurt when the eventual does happen. Did I get the same question? Let's see here.
That's the same question, Mike. Shadow Squad. Who do you think will get injured? Yeah, same question.
Okay, let me find. I know I missed some other.
Can I say a little bit something about Ben Johnson?
Go ahead. While I find one.
Yeah, like about the Ben Johnson thing. The thing is, he is getting paid. He is getting paid. He's getting paid good money to be OC in the NFL. Now, the one thing that Dan Campbell can do to keep him on the squad and not have anybody poach him is make him assistant head coach. That's what he can do. If you up his title, then no team can even talk to him. He's done it before. He did it because Zach Taylor has this thing for Ben Johnson for the past couple of years where he wanted him on the Cincinnati Bengals. And, but Deuce Staley is our assistant head coach, so I don't know how that would really work out. Can you have two assistant head coaches? I don't really know. But Ben Johnson, be prepared for him to be gone by 2024.
Lions, real talk. Does Goff make the Pro Bowl? His stats are really good. Hater and I is a good year. Pro Bowl is all about fanfare and love by the media. So if that's anything to you, they probably not, because they just tend to screw over any Detroit Lions player. So probably not for that fact. That's just the way. Let's be honest here. The media hates.
Well, it's just all depends who's voting for him. Yeah, there's going to be certain people that are going to vote for him until they can't vote anymore. So yeah, I guess you never know, but it is a popularity contest.
Who do y'all think is a target for us in the upcoming free agency? Oh, this is a great question. I think they should go after some high-profile players. I really do. I like Roquan Smith. I think that would be absolutely amazing to add to him. To this defense, this linebacking core would be sick at that point. Yeah. Who's a player you would like the Lions to target?
See, I don't have the list in front of me, so I don't really know the free agents, but you just named a really good one, a Roquan Smith. I could say positions, I guess. I think they really need to maybe possibly look at a guard, like a really good guard somewhere in free agency maybe, or draft one. Another corner. I don't really have any names, but yeah, they definitely add to the defense, and I think we need to find another guard for sure.
Who is your MVP for this Sunday's game? For the Vikings, who I think will be MVP for this game? I might have to go Amon-Ra St. Brown. I think Amon-Ra first down's got to keep getting it done. Or last game, I would say Jared Goff. This game, I think Amon-Ra first down's got to do it. I think Jameson Williams and DJ Chark is going to open up some lanes for him, and that's going to make him getting some big plays. So I'll go with Amon-Ra first down. That's what I call him now, Amon-Ra first down.
Phenomenal nickname, by the way, Mike. That's a phenomenal nickname. Amon-Ra first down.
Yeah. Let me know if you like that Amon-Ra first down. I nicknamed him that on Sunday.
Wow.
Kept getting first downs. I'm like, Amon-Ra first down. Your MVP, who do you think will be MVP?
Oh, the MVP, man. Yeah. For last week, it was definitely Jared Goff, man. Jared Goff had a fantastic game. He played a flawless football game, had only one bad throw on the first drive. After that, he was clean. And then Amon-Ra's first down. Definitely, and then for this game, man, I think the defense is really going to need to step up, man. The defense is going to need to step up. So I'm going to say that whole D unit, man.
How many touches will Jameson Williams going to have? I forgot who posted in the comment section, but somebody said he'd get like five. I think that's pretty realistic, actually. 100%.
That's realistic.
I think that's realistic. Let's see here. I always hear negative of what Goff can't do, but the positives he does great. I talk both. I talk positive and negative, and I talk both. Or it's the funny thing is I talk about every player the exact same. I don't look at any player. I don't have a fascination with any player. I don't have a fascination. I don't. I
Right.
just want the team to win,
Saying that,
and I will criticize. In the Army, I'm going to tell you something a little bit about myself, and people in the comment section, if you're a veteran, you know this. In the Army, when you train for combat, kicking indoors, you consistently do the same scenario over and over again until it's ingrained into your skull many, 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 many times over. And after each situation you do it, after those, I don't know, 20 times you do it, you do a thing called after action review, AAR. In after action review, you talk about what you did good, bad, what you can improve on. Even at the last scenario where everything is going right, when you're clearing rooms 100%, where it's flawless, they're always telling you what you can do better. There is nothing wrong with that. And when I look at any player, if I criticize them, it is not negative. It's what can they do better. Tom Brady does that. If you look at Tom Brady's press conference, even if he wins a game, dominates, he tells you what he needs to do better. Peyton Manning did that. Jerry Rice did that. It is okay to do constructive criticism. We all do it in our personal lives. Okay, so if there is criticism like that about any player, you should be fine with it. I will definitely shout out. A player does great. Jared Goff, he was my MVP on Sunday. Killed it. 41 pass attempts, over 330-some yards, 2 touchdowns. He is the air player of the week. I love what he did. But if he has a bad game, I'm going to say, hey, it's not good. It's okay to criticize. It is not being negative at all. I'm not, there's no hate there. I don't hate a player.
no,
I have nothing against the player. If you play good, great. If you play bad, not great.
that's it. Yeah, 100%, man. Like just and saying that that he does well, dinking and dunking down the field. That's not a negative thing at all. That's good. He throws the short ball, one of the best in the NFL. He's on point, man, and he does it well. So there's nothing negative about that. It's actually a positive outlook on it, man. It's
Question,
okay that
yeah.
never mind.
It's
I'm
okay
done.
to,
I'm done with
I'm not putting any player on a pedestal. I don't care who it is. My favorite player
I feel like
is
I'm
Derrick
apologizing.
Henry, and he's not even a Detroit Lion, and I won't put him on a pedestal. Question, will the Lions keep Jamaal Williams? I hope they do. I think they will. I think he's done a good
I hope
enough
so
job.
too.
He's a leader. He's
Yeah,
getting touchdowns. But he's got to correct those fumbles. You got to stop with the fumbling, man. He fumbled this last
yeah,
game too, but we recovered it. So you got to stop the
yeah. I know,
fumbles.
I know, and it's funny too. The kid never fumbles, man. And this year he just started fumbling the ball. It's
I
weird. He
know.
hasn't really fumbled his whole career in Green Bay. And now
Do
he's
you
got
think
a
our
couple,
defense
but
will get
yeah,
at
man,
least 5 sacks? No, not 5 against Kirk Cousins. That's a lot.
5, eh?
That's a lot.
Oof. I
Do
think
you
they
think they
got
get how many
a
sacks do
chance
you
to
think they
get
get,
close
Mark?
to that. I'm going to say 4. I'm going to say I think they can get 4. I already think Aiden's going to get 1 or 2, and I think don't count out Houston. You might see Romeo this week. I think there's a shot. I think there's definitely a shot, but that's a pretty good old line over there. It's a pretty good old line. They're in tough.
Do you think Detroit is happy to see the energy is back at Ford Field, or still nervous? I think fans are absolutely happy. I mean, the nerves is not, it's not like what it used to be. It's different because they're physical. I remember watching even Matthew Stafford Detroit Lions in 2014 and in 2011, and I would be nervous because they weren't a physical team. This is different. They hit you so freaking hard. They pound you.
Yeah,
And it's like San Francisco. San Francisco,
yeah,
they get injured players, they lose quarterback, they're still punching you in the face consistently. And it leaves a mark. That's
yep.
what Detroit's becoming. So I'm not that worried. I'm not. They're turning the tide from a team that has been finessed to physical.
And tell me, Mike, and tell me, I don't know if you feel like this like I do. I feel like this now. The past like month and or five games. Usually when you sit down and watch a game, I'll sit there and I'll sit down, watch a game, put the game on, and I'll be like, oh man, I really hope we play well today. I really
Yeah.
hope we can win. I don't have that feeling anymore. The last like 4 or 5 weeks, I'm like, I feel confident about this football team. I'm still not trying to drink the Kool-Aid, but I feel very confident that we can beat teams now. It took a while to get here, but finally it feels like I sit down on a Sunday and I'm like, we're going to destroy these guys.
Yeah,
tonight,
I know.
man. We're going to beat these guys up. I don't have that nervous feeling watching these guys anymore. We're going to have to go in on a Monday morning to work and get laughed at by my buddies because I'm a Lions fan. It's like I don't have that feeling anymore, man. It's like I feel very confident in this team. They have turned a corner. They really have, man. I really feel that this team has turned a corner. It's a little late in the season, but man, they've done it.
And again, it's not even about the win. Like, it's just the physicality that I'm seeing.
Right.
Absolutely physical. And that's how you win real games. That's how the 49ers have had success. That's how Baltimore Ravens has been a successful franchise. That's how the Pittsburgh Steelers has been a successful franchise. You look at the Green Bay Packers, they've had success, but they've been finesse. You look at the teams that are consistently successful, they will punch you in the freaking mouth, and it's cold out in December, and you don't want to deal with that. You don't want to deal with a freaking Jamaal Williams running you over. You don't want to deal with a Kirby Joseph smacking you in the face, hitting you as hard. You don't want to deal with a Amon-Ra first down who is just, he takes any hit and gets back up. I've never, it's just a physical team. They have taken on the role of Dan Campbell and says, this is what we are. You're going to feel it today.
Yep.
That's what we are. That's what I love about this team right now. Hashtag FGB, do you think Chark is going to be more involved in this week? Is did against the Jags? I hope so. It was really nice to see him get involved in the Jacksonville Jaguars. I love how he got the football from Dan Campbell. We need to see this more. He's got 5 more games. He was a no-show first part of the season, then injuries. For him and his future, he's got to continue to show out. I love what he did last week, but he's got to continue it. Because there is a guy named Jameson Williams that's sitting right there. So,
yeah, like, you know what? Maybe the presence of Jameson Williams, kind of made him perk his ears up a little bit, man. Absolutely. It was his former team, so you kind of, you tend to see that a lot, man, with former players playing well against their former team. But, Jameson Williams, man, is creeping around the corner, man. He's not too far behind, and DJ Chark knows that, man. I don't really think his job's in jeopardy, but hey, he can have that mindset where, hey, man, this kid's going to be special. Maybe I need to be just as good or try to be just as good. So it's good to see DJ Chark get involved, man. I actually love it.
Perfect.